Hey guys, and welcome to the first episode of On the Block with Billboard, where we discuss all the dope chart highlights and hot topics for the week. But for this week's episode, we're going to get into a little bit of chart news with Doja Cat, talk a little bit with Rapsody, our special guest, and a little bit of throwback corner with some of the big albums that came out this week. And I'm Bianca Gracie, digital editor here at Billboard, and this is...
I'm Carl Lamar, your hip-hop editor.
Yes, and today we have the R&B hip-hop expert, Trevor Anderson in the house.
I'm gonna start using that in my title. I like that.
Yes, you should. It fits you.
Or Savant.
Yeah.
All right.
And of course, I have to get into our special guest, the amazing Grammy-nominated Rapsody.
What's
yes.
up?
Here. First episode.
Yeah, I get to break it in.
Yes, I love it. And I love that, Carl and I, we know you, we're big fans of you, so I'm glad that you can make it for our first episode.
Oh, I'm gonna pull up anytime for y'all.
Yeah.
You pulling up right after the tour too you had with Big KRIT.
Straight off the road.
Straight off.
We finished 2 days ago. It was Big KRIT. Myself and Damani, we started in San Francisco. I ended in Mississippi, they ended in Atlanta, but it was just a really dope tour. From the South with Love tour. Like, it just felt like a family reunion everywhere we went.
That's so dope.
Yeah.
I mean, like, any favorite city in particular, or?
Man, all of them were dope, but like Boston really went up. Like, every time I go to Boston, their energy is crazy.
Yeah, I actually went to college in Boston, so yeah.
Yeah,
I can attest
they
to
went
that.
nuts. San Francisco was dope. St. Louis went nuts. My first time going to Alabama, they went hard.
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta shout out Raleigh. That's
the
home.
hometown.
Yeah.
They be like, we go up for you, rap.
There you go. That's the
But
hometown.
every city was dope. Like, it's just a really dope new experience every time. So yeah.
That's dope. That's dope. I mean, you're coming off a fire project.
Thank you.
And Eve.
Yep.
I think it's one of the best albums of the year.
100%.
Yes, not just like
100%.
with rap, but just like music period. Like,
Oh, that's love.
I mean, Layla's Wisdom was like here, but Eve is just like next level.
That's good. That's what I try to elevate every project and push myself and challenge myself to do better than the last. So thank you. Like, I appreciate that. But yeah, after Layla's Wisdom, especially, I think being Grammy nominated, for me, it just validated that, you don't have to think so much about trying to fit in spaces and make music for certain people. And, once I just got into that mind space and I came up with the concept, you just do what's honest and what feels right. And at the end of the day, if it resonates with the people, then that's what really moves you. So that's what I did. Like, people were like, do you feel pressure because, the last one was nominated, try to get nominated again? I was like, no, like, I can't approach music like that, or I'm gonna outthink it. It's just like, you gotta just tell true stories that are meaningful for you and music that resonates with you, and just let it go from there. So
Yeah, speaking of stories, on Eve, you highlight so many people that you look up to and people that really change kind of the face of Black culture.
I think if people don't realize, like, the track list is literally every track is named for a Black woman. Like,
Right.
It's Serena, there's Whoopi, there's Oprah, there's all of them. So.
Aaliyah, Feenie,
Chloe.
Cleo.
Cleo.
Yeah.
Chloe, Cleo.
Right,
It's been a minute for Carl since he heard it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a dope way for me to show love to those women and keep their names and legacies relevant to like a newer generation that may not know who they are, but also to show like how we're all connected and we're all a piece of each other. Like, even to tell people a lot about myself. Like, they listen to my music and they think I'm a certain way, but there's so many different sides of me. Like, if you hung out with me a day, you'd be like, yo, you goofy as hell. Like, but that was a way, like, I pull a little from Cleo, I pull a little from Afeni, I pull a little from Merle, like, just to show as women, like, we're really diverse in who we are, so it was just a creative way to do a lot of things in one album.
What's dope about that album too, a lot of dope guest appearances, from a J. Cole to a Queen Latifah, one of your idols. Talk about working with Queen Latifah and how was that experience?
That's the greatest experience as far as collaborating with somebody that I've had, and it's because it was a full experience. For one, it's full circle because she influenced me so much. Like, her and MC Light and Lauren are the reasons why I wanted to rhyme, and kind of like tailor-made how I wanted to see myself as a woman in hip-hop. So, to have her call and once we reached out, like, she called me and, just for her to be so down to earth and humble and be like the big sister, and I fly out to LA, she comes and hangs out, listens to the music, you know, and just, it's not like, oh, I'm just here and I'm out. Like, she really hung around, told her stories, gave me advice, went through the album, and like, maybe you should change this, or maybe you should think about a new album title. Like, really gave me honest advice. First time I met her, but you know, was gracious, invited me to her home, like to open up to me and bring to her home. Like, you know, that just shows like her heart and that she really cared. And you know, that's why it just became an experience. And we, you know, she'll still call me every now and then to check up. I try to call her, like, you know, and we doing more stuff creatively. You know, so it's just it just became a dope experience that even grew to be a great friendship.
That's so
Well,
fun.
actually, speaking of Queen Latifah, I actually watched Set It Off over the weekend.
Yo, come on,
So
that's
when
one
you
of the
said
greatest
I was like,
movies.
Yeah.
It's such a classic.
Yeah.
like-
Do you want to see this remake that they're mentioning that they might? They're
No,
saying
I
it.
do
No.
not.
Yeah,
Okay.
leave
There-
the
there's
Give us a
some
Fox
films.
one.
that you just
Yeah.
can't touch. Now, if anything, I want to see where the story goes from there.
Mm,
Like, okay, Stoney, what did Stoney do after that? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
because
Like,
she, you know, left. She like fled to Mexico.
Exactly.
Like,
she
the
was
last
gone.
scene we saw her driving off with all the money. So
Right.
it's like,
I
what's
was
she
on
doing now?
Instagram and somebody put in my comments like, I love to see like the part where Stoney gets with 3 new women and then she becomes like on the
Like the
run
head
type.
honcho.
She like the
Yeah,
OG.
yeah,
she's
like,
the
All right,
OG.
the
if you
first
guys
one
are
alone.
listening, this is what we need for
That's
this,
right.
this new
Yeah.
sequel.
No remakes,
Esau?
just sequels.
Yeah.
Esau, I hope you're hearing this.
Let's get creative. Like, it's too many remakes happening. Like,
Yeah.
let's get creative and, you know, have new stories or extend the stories into something else.
I hear that. I mean, let's definitely also talk about the success of female rappers in 2019. I feel like the ladies have been killing it.
They have.
As
They have.
they've always
They
have
always
been,
have.
but now they're getting the shine that they deserve.
Right.
So,
And the
yeah.
recognition. It's just so dope to see, and it's something that, you know, like I say, the culture don't move without women, you know, and it's just something that's dope because one, it's so many women and they're all different, which again, like, we need balance, we need diversity, we need to show that there is room for all of us, and that we don't have to fight each other for one spot because that's an illusion. Like, there's a path for everybody. So, you know, to see Cardi doing what she's doing, you know, Nicki, who retired recently but has been doing it so long, so well, Megan Thee Stallion, myself, LaKaylee 47, No Name, who am I forgetting?
Sweetie was up there.
Sweetie,
Yeah.
Chica,
City Girls.
Mallory
Kiara
Mitch,
Wack,
Yeah.
like,
yeah,
you
Rico
know, we
Nasty.
keep going and on. So it's just so dope because especially women we need this, representation matters, and all different sides of us need to be represented. Like, everybody don't want to listen to Rapsody 24/7. They might not want to listen to Cardi every day of the week. Like, you know, there's a female for every type of mood that you want when you want to, you know, feel it and be on it. And I think that's dope. So it's exciting, and it's, you know, it's just good for the culture at the end of the day.
Nice. And, you know, kind of getting back to the Grammy chatter, of course, Layla's Wisdom was Grammy nominated, and the nominations are coming out tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
Do
early
you,
in the
Do
morning.
you feel nervous? What's the thought process right now?
It's like, man, I would love to be nominated and recognized, but, you know, I'm gonna just see what happens. That's all I could do. Like, I can't get in my head about it. That's what, because, you know, it's like, if I don't, I still can't be disappointed because I put out a dope project and I had a great year. And, you know, we had a lot of dope projects this year. So, you know, you just take what the universe gives you. I was with a homie yesterday and we was talking about it, and they was like, "Nah, you gotta speak it. You gotta see it, say it."
Yes,
I'm gonna be
manifest.
nominated.
There you go.
Right,
Put that
right.
energy out
Yes.
So
there.
yeah, that's a new thing I'm on, like manifestation and meditation. But, you know, it's just an exciting time, an exciting day. So whatever happens, though, I'm happy with the year that I've had.
There we go.
Is it the same feeling that you had last time, or did last time just catch you by surprise because it was
Last
the first
time.
nomination? And
Totally caught me by surprise, like, especially to be nominated more than once.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that kind of threw me off. Like, you know, because again, like, when I look at these award shows, a lot of times, like, to be honest, it's a lot of popularity that goes into it, and you have the same people nominated over and over again because a lot of people go off name recognition. And not to say that they don't all put out dope music, but there are sometimes, you know, there are people that are less known that, you know, they get looked over because they're not in your face all the day, and it's out of sight, it's out of mind. So I knew, like, Layla's Wisdom wasn't, like, you know, top of the charts. I knew I didn't go platinum, but, you know, we knew it was dope music. So to have an award show, like, nominate you just off the body of work, like, that was shocking but exciting. It's just like that's what we need to even the playing field, because once it's all or mainly about the music and the talent, that makes everybody work harder. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you just can't rely on your name now.
That's
like,
very true.
You gotta now you gotta make some music, and so it was shocking. So this time around, it's just like, all right, can we do it again?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
I think you got it in the bag.
I think so too.
Yeah. We're going to manifest that.
Put that right there. Put that good energy
Put
out
it in the
there.
air. Put it
There we
in the
go.
air.
Everybody out there?
Think it for me.
There we go. There we go. There we go.
So, yeah.
And in case you guys haven't, make sure you listen to Eve, stream it. You got time to kick it with us, right?
Oh, I'm here.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
All right. So we about to get into it. Charts with Trevor.
Oh, we jumping over? Okay. All right. Well, I know. Okay, we'll start off with some of the big things happening on the Billboard charts this week. I know Carl wants to highlight especially Dave East.
Mr. East.
Survival starts just outside the top 10 this week, right there, number 11.
Okay.
So it does miss the top 10 just by that one spot, but already is the second highest charting album of his career. Paranoia, True Story got to number 9 back in 2017. So after a couple of projects that really didn't get quite in the top 50, top 40, he's definitely back on track with this one. So it's a good sign for him to end up 2019 with. And I know Doja Cat, as Bianca mentioned at the top of the show, is really, really making some big moves. I know a lot of people, if you didn't know her before, I think with Moo and kind of the viral attention that got.
I feel like people kind of just looked at her virality like, oh, maybe that's like only thing that she could do.
Yeah.
But she's so diverse with her music.
She could rap, she could sing, yeah.
And I don't think people knew about her really. Like if you didn't know about it before, like you might have thought that was her first thing. That was all she could kind of do. But this album out here is doing huge numbers on the second week. It's up 93 to 19 on the Billboard 200 this week. So
Let's
it's
go.
blowing up. Really, the single Juicy's doing a lot of the big work. It's been out for a couple of weeks. Got the remix with Tyga that's going through. That's really what's helping this week in particular. Debuts at number 40 on the streaming songs chart, which ranks songs across every genre. So of all the songs in the U.S., it's the 40th most streamed this week.
Telling you, these women rappers killing it this year.
Next.
I'm not playing. Come with it.
That's it. Add her to the pile.
So I'm curious from an emerging standpoint now. We got to get to Arizona Zarvis about his Roxanne record. That record has just been shooting crazy.
Yeah, that's one of those records that a month ago nobody even knew it
Yeah, I
existed.
think you told me about it like
wild.
last
It's a
week.
bop. It's a
It's
vibe.
good. It's good.
I'm not mad at it.
And I know some people have been, they kind of wanted something new to freshen up the charts. We've seen a lot of songs, Truth Hurts or Someone You Loved, or a lot of the top 10 been kind of stagnant in the past couple of months. So this is one of the songs I think a lot of people are pegging to be a big top 10, top 5. Do we say number 1?
Ooh,
Shout out to TikTok.
Anything's possible.
I mean,
Yeah.
It's true.
TikTok. That's the new thing.
That's the
It
new
is?
thing. That's the way. That's how now
that's the new record
Yeah,
label in a lot of
are
ways.
you going to get a
Yeah.
TikTok account now?
My niece and nephew got me one. They'd actually put me onto it like maybe 6 months ago.
Word.
Yeah, I was like, what is this? TikTok. Make a song, you do a video, and I'm just looking, I'm like, yo, like kids are really into this. Oh, this is the new thing. And sure
new
enough,
wave.
the baby been going ham with it.
He's a
Like,
bad boy with that TikTok.
yeah.
But TikTok, I mean, this is the one on TikTok right now. We're talking passes 20 million in streams this week, so it's up there, 14th biggest stream song of the week, up to number 27 on the Hot 100. Probably the big news, really, more importantly in his career this week, is he got signed to Columbia Records. So for a lot of people who see these major streams and wonder, it's 14th biggest stream, but it's only 27 on the Hot 100. Don't forget, Hot 100 is a 3-factor chart. It's got radio, streams, and sales into it. So why does signing with Columbia matters? Well, Columbia's got a lot of that radio muscle. So that really, could be the last ingredient. They really need to get this song as high on the charts because it's killing it on streaming. You put that radio mix in there if it gets in time. And we'll see.
They've been bringing in these young
The sky's
kids.
the limit.
Yeah, Lil Nas X, Lil TJ. So shout out to Columbia doing that thing.
Yeah, Columbia knows. I mean, it really is like the new home for a lot of these, if you want to call them viral rappers or whatnot. But yeah, it's just wild. And especially again, a month ago nobody knew what this song was. Now, people are looking at it to be a number 1 potentially. So that's just
crazy.
the world we live in. It's
Another artist that kind of came out of nowhere, Rod Wave out of Florida.
Yeah.
This kid is a bad boy. Kevin Gates executive produces album Ghetto Gospel. Talk about his climb and his success.
Yeah, I mean, that album in particular, Ghetto Gospel, does something that not too many albums do, and that is it goes up this week on the Billboard 200. Just because most things start at the top, they debut big for whatever reason, and you kind of trickle down or you find a way. But so the album is 14 last week on the 200. It's number 10 this week. So actually moves into the top 10 for the first time. It's up about 24% in its performance compared to what it did last week. So it's definitely going the right way. Heart on Ice is really the song that a lot of people are pointing at. That's the one that's doing a lot of the heavy lifting for the album. It's number 33 this week on the streaming songs chart. So its debut there, and it's actually got more than twice as many streams as it had last week.
Wow.
Seems to be, I don't know if it really, I'm not seeing at least much on TikTok or any kind of like social crazy push for it just yet if it is out there. So weirdly enough too, I mean, TikTok obviously boosts a lot of songs. You kind of get that. But this might just be one of those songs that people just find and they just like.
So it's a really good song.
Yeah.
And it got the remix treatment with Lil Durk, so I'm sure that
definitely helps
too.
some, yeah.
Rap, who would you say is some of your favorite new artists of 2019?
Oh, man, the Baby for one. I gotta love the North Carolina. That new bop video he put out is
with the
magic.
Jabberwockies.
Yo,
Like, that was so dope.
The dance. Oh my
Baby.
Shout out to Danny Lane. Shout out to
Danny Lane
Yeah, she
choreographed.
choreographed.
Yeah.
That's what I love. I see you can just
killed
all
that.
these collaborations. I love that. Jabberwockies, the
Super,
Baby, Danny
super
Lane.
creative. I like creative videos too. We get back there. Let me see, the Baby. Who else?
You did say Corday.
Oh
yeah.
Corday dropped his debut album this year. That's why I'm like, oh, he not new to me, but he's new at the same. Corday is killing, like, and he's gonna be like, he gonna be legendary because he's just so skillful as an MC and a song maker. He's so young at the same time doing what he's doing. Like that's ill, and that's a little North Carolina flavor in there again.
North Carolina,
We got a theme going.
Something in the water.
Rap mine is definitely some in the water. Let me see. Damani Harris, T.I.'s son. I'm a big fan of him. I love him.
He got bars.
Yeah, he definitely has bars. This young kid out of Charlotte. I'm gonna plug mine. His name is Ruben Vincent.
Okay.
Yo, he's another one. He's 18, but killing. Like he got that Kanye flavor with some Nas. It's like I don't know how to describe this dude.
That's dope.
Let me think. Who else? Who am I forgetting about? D Smoke, who won the competition of Rhythm and Flow.
Yes.
He serves brother.
Yes, he serves
If
brother.
I
y'all
didn't know that.
Yeah, he is. That's Sir.
It's crazy because
Older brother.
when I saw the show, I was like, yo, this dude looks
Like, he
just
looks,
like Sir.
that makes so much sense.
Yeah,
So
so
shout out to
he's
Sir.
super talented. Like, I'm excited to see him win and to see like all the just love that he's getting because he's so talented. He deserves it. Like, and what I loved about that show is it was a really authentic and real show. Like the one that was the most talented won. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no fluff. So shout out to T.I., Cardi, and Chance on picking him. Like, ew.
That's dope.
Nice. Well, I mean, speaking of Rhythm and Flow, we're going to get into some of our hot topics this week. Cardi B, one of the judges on the show, she teased that her sophomore album is going to be coming soon.
Yeah, we ready for it.
Yes.
We ready. That freestyle she put out last night on IG.
Fire.
I'm like, go off there, Cardi.
And I love that she did that because a lot of people always get on her about not writing her own lyrics. So, like, I love that she, like, kind of shut the haters up and was like, listen, I got talent.
Because that came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I love. Just do what you feel then. It was dope,
And then I remember Cardi shouted you out earlier this year, one of her favorite rappers.
For the second time.
Yeah, for the second time.
Yeah. Like, man, I just love Cardi because she's just herself. Like, whatever she feel like doing, she's gonna do it. There's no other motive behind it. It's all authentic. And for her to have the celebrity that she having, she gotta do that. So it just shows like when the person she is, that she's of the culture. Like, she really loves hip hop. Like, you can feel that how sincere it is.
Yeah.
And two, like, it's dope to see her fall into the leadership position because to be where she is, like, we talk about female rappers, like hottest, like she at the top. If we talking about hottest. So for her to take that and shine light on other people, myself, Chica, Tierra Whack, Kamaya, she does it, even outside of that. Like, I seen her tweet other people's names all year long, talk about other MCs. Like, it's like, yo, like, that's really dope because you don't have to do that. You don't owe nobody anything.
Right.
So yeah, like that was ill. I'm trying to get on a song though.
Yeah, make it happen.
Let's
I'll
plug
be here
that.
for
Let's
that.
plug that.
Yeah.
Quick plug.
When the time is right. When the time is right.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Cool. And next up, we're going to talk about Sir Kanye West.
Kanye
He
Tour.
posted an image of him and Dr. Dre in the studio, and they teased Jesus is King Part 2.
Super tease.
Yeah, I mean,
Super tease.
Now, is
both.
that not Jesus is Born, which was supposed to come out on Christmas?
No, this is a different.
So this is
yeah,
okay.
because
So we got two
The
sequels
one on
planned
Christmas
in
is
the
a
works
Sunday
already.
service album with the choir.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, because Kanye
okay.
West, if you guys don't know, he was at Joel Osteen's Sunday service last week, and he told him that he's going to be dropping new music every month. So he's going to keep, trying to, build the momentum. And I don't know if Jesus is King Part 2 is going to come out because both Dre and Kanye are kind of notorious for just saying things
I'm still
and
waiting.
not actually coming through. We've been waiting for the Chronic for like
A detox.
I feel like
Detox.
Yeah.
since like
I feel like
End of
Compton was
time.
your detox.
It kind of was, right?
I don't know.
Let's slid that out on us.
Flying Lotus. I spoke to Flying Lotus. He told me straight up he heard Detox in the studio, and he said it's fire.
Oh yeah.
So it does exist.
I've heard a
Does
few
it? I
like
don't know.
records that were supposed to be on this years ago, and they were dumb. Well,
So what's the hold up, Dre?
I don't know.
people just create different. You gotta respect the creative space.
Yeah, but us
man.
as fans, we get so impatient.
I know.
Want to hear it.
We sorry.
We shall see.
It's all
I know that's
good.
bad.
It's all good.
That's why I'm tight-lipped about. I was like, I ain't flirting nothing. Cause once you tell a fan that, like,
Yeah,
They
we hold
gonna-
on to that.
yeah.
We're gonna
To the
put that
core.
right there
Yeah.
To the core.
on Twitter. Wait for
Yeah.
it. Speaking of Twitter, there's a great account, Hip Hop by the Numbers, that did a call out of all the promised Kanye projects that we never got. It's like
Yeah.
12 of them at this point that we're like
Graphics.
still waiting
Yeah.
on.
there's Swoosh was one.
Swish.
Swish.
Yeah.
Turbo Graphics.
Yandi.
Yandi.
Oh, yeah.
The tape with Drake, that was the project
yeah.
with Drake that was supposed to
You
come
was supposed to
out.
put out do a project with Drake?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
There was, I mean,
I think it was supposed to be called Wolves.
something like
Oh,
that.
yeah, that was
Yeah.
pre Life of Pablo.
Yeah.
All right, my feelings again
So,
hurt. Let's
I mean,
I know. Okay,
at this
let's move on.
point,
Let's move on.
Okay.
Add it to the stack.
They might Wu-Tang that joint, it come out 20
Oh my
years, one
gosh.
album,
Oh, okay.
That would be crazy.
a collection of unreleased Kanye albums.
Yeah.
Save your pennies now.
Oh, man. But moving on to a little bit more of a somber note, Lil Reese, he survived his shooting, thank goodness, and he put out a new single out today, kind of just, getting back into the swing of things after all that happened. I mean, what do you guys, have you listened to the song? Or?
Yeah, I mean, shout out to Lil Reese. I know he touched on the incident. I'm glad everything's okay. It's just tough, man. Chicago's in a very sensitive place right now. All I can say is praise out to his family, and they continue to just recover from this incident. He got tremendous talent.
Yeah,
Like
for
I remember the Us record, the
Yeah.
remix he had with Drake and Ross.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people, of course, we're in decade conversation. I feel like a lot of people don't really give credit for what Chicago Drill did.
That drill, yeah.
For
Chief,
rap, that was such a moment,
For sure.
So
Chief Keef,
he was
Bad
definitely a
Boy.
part of that.
And Reese, yeah.
Yeah, and so for our last topic in this segment, we're going to talk about Meek Mill's top 5 rappers that he put out. All these rappers are putting out their top 5, and it's causing so much controversy and so much chatter.
The list always do.
Year
Yeah,
of
so
the list.
yeah,
The
so
list.
his top 5 had Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, Rick Ross, Jadakiss, and DMX. I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad at
I'm not
that.
mad
at
at
it
either.
I'm not mad at that list at all. They all worthy to be in that
Yeah.
spot because they all dope MCs. That's the thing about lists. Like, unless you go like, we got these qualifiers, everybody's list is just
Yeah,
everybody's
it's super
list.
subjective. Yeah, I don't know if
Yo.
I can name my top 5. That's hard.
I know.
Give
I was
your
thinking
top
about
5.
it.
You got to do for today.
Mm.
Give me your top 5 for today.
Oh my God.
On the spot. On the spot. Thank God.
Let's go.
Good luck.
What we
Oh
got?
my God. All right, top 5 all time.
For today.
For
right now.
Feel
For
today.
right now, how I
Yeah.
feel. All right, so Jay, Drake,
Okay.
Kendrick,
Come on.
Wayne. Was
Yeah.
that 4?
That's 4. All right, you pushing.
And Lil Kim.
Fire.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Whew. All right. That was a lot.
Shout out to you. You did
I tried.
15 seconds late.
That's dope. Who
Wait,
you
you're not
got?
gonna ask anybody else?
Come
Just
on.
me.
Oh, you asking me?
Straight up, yeah.
Wow, you really gonna
Yeah.
do this? Okay, on the spot.
I have to do
All
it.
right.
They want to know.
Yeah,
Y'all
people
wanna
want to know.
Okay, cool. All right, so right now I would say Drake,
All right.
Kendrick, Cole, Jay.
Come on.
You really gonna do this to me, man?
Hey.
Oh my gosh.
That four. You know what? For 5, I'ma go with.
That's our
Nah, I know who
What?
5 is. So
You're
5.
holding up the show.
No, I'm sorry. Y'all put me on
Come
the
back
spot.
next
I'm gonna go
week.
Eminem. I'm gonna go Eminem.
Okay.
Okay, I like that. I like that.
All right.
Okay.
Still
All right,
got bars.
Trevor. I'm looking
Now
at
you
you.
know I.
You want an R&B list?
Oh, R&B
Ooh,
list.
yeah.
You're the R&B
Yeah,
guy,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
You got the crooning in.
Oh, like R&B, like all time.
Yes. How you
Ooh,
feel
all-
today?
Right now, today, today.
Tomorrow
Okay.
you might feel different.
Today,
but
okay.
Today.
Today's top 5 R&B goats. We gon'
I already know who's gonna be on it.
Oh,
I already know.
I didn't even think about that. I'm gonna say, ooh, okay, we got, okay, R&B goats. We got to go with Aretha.
Oh,
Yeah.
Aretha,
Come
number
on.
1 on anybody's list. Marvin Gaye. We're going Stevie, of course. You know, I'm Team Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
So
I knew you were gonna say
know I
Whitney.
got to do that.
Yeah.
And number 5, let's see, I kind of want to throw a curveball in, but at the same time, I want to keep it pure and honest. I'm gonna say, ooh, number 5, all R&B, all
It's that fifth one.
R&B.
It's that fifth
Yeah.
one.
It's that
Fifth one
tough
is
one.
hard.
Ooh.
Come on. Don't even overthink it. Come on.
on, just say it, spit it out, spit it out.
I'm gonna go Mary.
There you go.
What's the
Yes.
411?
Yonkers, what up, though?
Got to.
My
Some
life.
great
That was
lists.
great.
That was some dope.
Great. All right, so I mean, this is like the perfect segue into our next segment because we're going to get into our throwback corner, which is, you know, I love nostalgia. So I love talking about this stuff.
Okay.
So this week, Rihanna's Talk That Talk album came out on November 11th. One of my favorite albums from her. You know, it had
We Found Love.
We
right?
Found Love,
Yeah.
Watch and Learn. That was for the Rihanna Navy fans, a little deep cut.
Stay was on there.
Stay was on there.
Cake was on
Yeah.
there.
No,
Birthday
Stay was
Cake?
on Unapologetic.
Stay was
Yeah.
Cake was on there.
apologetic. I apologize.
Birthday Cake, the remix with Chris Brown.
Right.
Where Have You Been? You the Ones. There's a lot of bangers on that album.
You the one.
Yeah,
Yo,
that was the
people
opener.
sleep on that track.
was the opener.
Shout out to Riri.
Yeah. And also this week, Doggy Style, Snoop Dogg's debut album. It came out November 23rd, 1993. I mean, talk about a game changer. You know?
Talk about it.
Yeah.
Bro,
You look like you got some memories to
Yeah.
that album. Yeah, Gin and Juice, Murder Was the
90s.
Case.
Oh, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Just the cover alone, like it was so
Yeah.
much. I was like, "What's happening?" Or the doghouse. No, yeah, just like I'm visual too, like him riding on the bike
Yeah.
with his hair out. On
Yeah.
that, that joint was ill for the West.
Classic.
over 800,000 sold first week.
Yeah.
By the way, it set a debut record. I think 50 Cent may have touched it, but if he didn't,
Get Rich did
it's,
that. Yeah, I remember.
it's still up there
Yeah.
in terms of debut sales. So yeah.
Shout out to Snoop, such a legend. man.
Yes.
Still going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
still going. Gotta love him. And finally, Jay-Z's Kingdom Come came out on November 21st, 2006.
Yes. The
Yeah.
comeback album.
That was a comeback album, you know,
Yeah.
after he kind of
His first
retired on the Black
retirement, where
album.
he, yeah.
One of my favorite Jay intros too. The Prelude.
Yeah,
Let's
he wanted-
talk about.
He had some joints on there.
Yeah, he got some
Yeah, he had
joints.
Beach Chair.
Yeah.
Do you want to
He had
ride
some
with John
joints.
Legend?
Hollywood with Beyonce.
Yeah.
That was her album.
Didn't Jay rank that though as his like?
Yeah, it's kind of like
When he did his
Yeah.
discography, he put that as the last one. He was kind of
Yeah.
rusty, just coming back. You know,
Yeah.
he
the
said,
jump shot wasn't all the way there,
Right.
but
But if
the-
that's your worst album,
That's what I'm saying. That's
Like,
how good he is.
Yeah,
you know,
just
then come on.
phenomenal.
Like
Yeah.
for that to be your worst album, that
Right.
just speaks of how great you are.
I
'Cause that's
still
crazy.
remember when the video for "Show Me What You Got" came out. Like
Yeah.
the beat was just so triumphant. I was like, "Oh, this is like comeback music
Yeah,
right here."
sure.
Yeah. Shout out to Jigga, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hova.
Happy anniversary to all the albums.
Right?
Yes. And so finally, we're going to get into the song of the week. Party Next Door, he teased that he's dropping a new single.
Party.
Or a new project. We don't know what's actually going to be this Friday. He hasn't dropped an album since 2016. So, I mean, I'm a Party Next Door fan. So I'm
I
excited
am
about
too.
this.
I think very low key, his first project to me is a classic.
Ooh, hot take. Hot
I'm
take alert.
saying,
Hot
listen,
take
he
alert.
had some joints, man. Right now, he had what? He had the joint with Drake. Now Party's a bad boy with the pen too. Wrote
I
some
knew you were gonna
joints.
say he was a bad boy.
I'm just saying he's a bad boy. Gets busy with the pen.
Party bad
So
boys.
many
You
bad
call him
boys.
a bad
I like the
Oh
Party.
my God.
I'm waiting for whatever
We
he
need to
got
do
on
like a
Friday.
ranking of Carl's
Carl's
like
bad
best
boys?
bad boys.
Yeah. Party's in the top 15, for bad boys.
Oh my
Shout out to
gosh.
Party, man. Can't wait for Friday.
Yeah, I'm super excited about that. I mean, I'm glad that, we love Drake, but I'm glad that, more of the OVO guys are getting
There
more
we
shine.
go.
So
And definitely
Yeah.
a moment for R&B because I know R&B. I know numbers wise, it's like hip hop has run the decade,
Yeah.
but people have slept on how good R&B.
R&B
is.
has been
R&B
spectacular
This year, R&B's been killing it.
Yeah, I mean, you have Lucky Day, Ari Lennox, Summer
Summer
Walker,
Walker.
Her,
Snow
Sir.
Allegra.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
it's been
Mariba, yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
R&B been hitting
Mm-hmm.
all cylinders.
Yes.
Shout out to R&B.
Shout out to R&B, it's the whole genre.
Pushing it
Carl
through.
got these powerful shout outs.
I know,
I'm just showing
I
love
feel
today.
it in my soul. Like,
I'm just a loving dude
yes.
today.
I mean, it's projecting.
There we
It's
go.
projecting very well. Well, on that note, that is a wrap for this week's episode of On the Block with Billboard. Once again, I'm Bianca Gracie, digital editor.
Hip hop editor Carl Lamar.
Trevor Anderson, charts over here, and of course, special
The
guest that we
lovely-
had today.
Yes,
R&B
Rapsody.
is so deep. Wow.
Yeah, let them know. All right, we'll catch you guys next time. Bye.
Deuces.